One of the interesting thoughts going through this week's Bible reading and really just looking at the Gospel of Luke is seeing the anger, the jealousy, the bitterness that so many of the Jewish leaders had toward Jesus. We see in Luke chapter 23, the first part, the Bible says, "Then the whole body of them," verse 1, "got up and brought him before Pilate. And they began to accuse him, saying, 'We found this man misleading our nation,'" which was a lie, "and forbidding to pay taxes to Caesar," which was also a lie. Remember, we talked about that earlier. They tried to trick him. They tried to deceive him. He said, "Render to Caesar that what belongs to them." So we found this man misleading our nation and forbidding to pay taxes to Caesar, and saying that he himself is Christ, a king. So they're accusing Jesus, who was found, who was not guilty, who had not done anything wrong, and yet they are guilty themselves of lies. It's just fascinating to see how far they would go to get rid of this man named Jesus, to the point where they said, "Away with this man and release for us Barabbas." He was one who had been thrown into prison for an insurrection made in the city and for murder. And yet they hated Jesus so much, they said, "We'll take this guy instead." What I want you just to think about for a moment is, it's very easy to look at them and their hearts. But this is something that we need to be careful about as well. While we may not go down the same path that they may go down, we can, if not careful, allow our hearts to become stubborn, bitter, full of resentment for whatever reasons, for a variety of issues, to the point where we may find ourselves doing things that we never thought were possible, and even saying things that we thought were not possible. This is, I think, a good lesson for us to carefully guard our hearts and to make sure that we keep our hearts pure. Just something to think about as you study Luke chapter 23 this week, and as you look back at all the other things that we've already read. Take care, and God bless.